On the Super Network, Royce Hardman is a former Australian infantry soldier. He served in 2009 as a 20-year-old with 2 years training under his belt. And starting next month, Royce is going to walk with his best mate, Trigger, 12 hours for each and every day across 17,000 kilometres of the world's most remote terrain. He's starting in Perth, and he's going to walk around Australia anti-clockwise, and this is to raise awareness and to raise funds for post-traumatic stress disorder. We welcome him to the program this afternoon. Thanks for your time, Royce.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Yeah, as you said, my name is Royce. I'm currently 26, and I served on the front line in Afghanistan when I was 20. In fact, I had my 21st over there.
Not a great place to have your 21st, Royce.
No, but it's a good story.
You had a good party, did you?
Well, some people may have fireworks. I was lucky enough to receive a rocket, so yeah.
There you go. Right. Mate, what started you on the trek to walk 17,000 kilometres around Australia?
Well, basically, I've lost a few friends from suicide who were suffering with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I caught myself whinging to myself and wondering and asking why no one's doing anything about it. And then at that moment I realised, well, I'm not doing anything about it. So basically from then on I decided that's what I'm going to do with my life and do everything I can to help these guys out.
Can you tell me a little bit about post-traumatic stress disorder? What's it like? What do you experience?
It's different for everyone. There's a list of symptoms that could be never-ending. I can only talk about my personal journey.
Tell us about yours.
Yeah, so for me, when I got back, I struggled to adjust back to civilian life, which I expected, but when the struggle continued is when I realised something more was going on. I struggled with sleeping. I actually became quite alcohol dependent to mask feelings and to get to sleep. Hyper-vigilant. If I heard a noise outside, I would patrol around my house and make sure nothing was going on. Just a lot of things that make life quite difficult happen.
How many of your mates suffered from the same thing?
I can't put a figure on that. I think, to be honest, if you go over to Afghanistan and come back, there are going to be changes to everyone,
right,
in my opinion, but yeah, I can't give you an accurate figure.
So you lost some of your best mates who committed suicide as a direct result of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, I've lost a good mate, and yeah, definitely a lot out there. The figures are quite staggering. But we won't get into that. But yeah, I think one is too many.
Yeah, very true.
Things need to change. Yeah.
Could I say that you're going to be eating 2,100 meals? That's the figure that I've got here in the details for this interview. You'll eat 2,100 meals out the back of a makeshift trailer. Is it just you and your dog that are doing the walk? Will you have anybody with you?
That's right. It's just going to be me and my dog Trigger. We have a custom-made trolley/cart that I designed, and it was designed around my dog, so he can't walk 12 hours a day, so he has a place to go to sleep or rest on the cart, and I can push him.
Right.
There's plenty of pictures of that cart on our Facebook page, Trigger's Big Trek. And yeah, it will be a challenge for sure, but I think it's a challenge worth doing for a cause that needs some attention.
So, am I right in saying not only are you walking 17,000 k's around Australia, but you're also pushing a cart 17,000 k's, or do you pull the cart? Do you push it or pull it?
It can be either pushed or pulled.
Right.
I think majority of the time it'll be pushed. And as we don't have a support crew or a support vehicle, everything that I need, including water, food, everything has to be in that cart and pushed by me.
Wow, boy, that's one hell of an effort. How long's this been in the planning?
Well, I caught myself whinging about why no one was doing anything probably about 9 months ago, and the idea popped into my head, and I thought about it without letting anyone know for about a month, and then I decided it's definitely something I'm going to do. So yeah, about 8 months in planning, and yeah, there's a lot to think about.
What sort of meals will you eat on the road?
Whatever is available. Unfortunately, nutrition will be limited, as I'll be shopping at road stations or, roadhouses.
Right.
See what I can get.
Can I ask? I've got a picture of the trailer, if I can call it that you'll be pushing or pulling. How much does that weigh? It looks to be pretty substantial.
It does. It's actually lighter than it looks. It's 100% aluminium, but when it's loaded with gear for the big stretches, I might go as long as 10 days before a shop or a resupply. It could be sort of 250 kilos of weight.
Wow, that's a lot to push, particularly around terrain. Will you be doing many dirt roads?
I'll be sticking to the sealed roads as much as possible, but there probably will be some dirt roads, yeah.
Now, Trigger got special boots that have been made for this walk?
He does, yes. I was fortunate enough to have a pair of boots sent to me as a donation for Trigger.
Right.
Yeah, there's actually quite a funny video on the Facebook page of him trying those on for the first time.
So, Trigger, how far do you think Trigger will walk each and every day? He looks to be a pretty healthy dog.
Yeah, it'll depend on his mood.
Trigger's a 2-year-old pedigree blue American Staffy.
Yes, correct, yeah. I think regardless, I'll kick him out of the trolley for the uphill bit and
right.
Go from there.
Now, have you sat down and had a chat with Trigger about this?
He's excited. I think what dog wouldn't want to go on a 2-year walk?
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, you won't need... What are you going to do when you get back?
I'm not sure.
Holy moly. So you start in Perth, and how many Ks do you think you'll walk each and every day? You're set to walk 12 hours a day. Yeah,
it'll all depend on the weather, the terrain, and all the obvious things like that. Initially, 20 to 30 Ks is a goal, and then as time goes on, I will increase the amount.
You're a pretty fit bloke.
Well, hopefully. I can definitely afford to lose some weight, and this is a good way to do it.
It's certainly a great way to do it. Now, look, where can people... where are the email addresses that people can go to help you raise some money? Because you're raising money for Soldier On, and all the money that you raise obviously goes through Soldier On to raise money for people suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Soldier On is an organisation focused on helping our veterans and their families. They actually support over 300 veterans and their families every month. Every dollar donated to Soldier On will help a veteran. All their administration costs are covered by grants and sponsorships. The best place to sort of have a look and check everything out would be our Facebook page. It's called Trigger's Big Trek. From there's a link to the campaign I'm running, which you can donate to if you like. Otherwise, I'd really like people to like and share the page, because the most important thing to me is spreading awareness and getting this out there.
And your goal is to raise $250,000?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's great. Well, look, can we keep in touch? And when do you think you start? I saw one article said you're going to hopefully start towards late September. Is that still the date?
Yeah, I'll be stepping off in the 27th of September.
And it's going to take you about 2 years, you say?
Yeah, I should be complete in 2 years, hopefully. I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, I tell you what, all jokes aside, it doesn't sound like a bad way to spend 2 years.
No, well, it's everyone's dream to do a lap around Australia.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
A man and his dog. Can we keep in touch?
Absolutely.
You'll have a mobile with you on your way?
Yeah, yep.
We've got your number. We'll keep in touch and we'll promote it for you and we'll try and help you raise some money, all right?
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Pete.
Mate, thanks so much for your time this afternoon, and we also, most importantly, thank you for your service in Afghanistan.
Not a worry at all.
You're a gentleman. Thanks, mate. We'll talk again, Royce.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, bye-bye. Royce Hardman, what a nice man. What a nice young man. 26 years of age, and he's going to walk around Australia to raise money for post-traumatic stress disorder. We'll give you some website details after the news. That's...